A lot of people think that it takes 21 days or 30 days to actually build up a habit, but is that really true? For most people that go even beyond 21 days or 30 days cannot really stick to what they have set out for themselves. Why is that actually? It's because of a lot of reasons, like for example, we don't enjoy the process. The desired goal is too difficult. We apply too many habits at once, which becomes a burden. There are too many other things going on in our life. Maybe there's a lack of motivation, or maybe a lack of discipline. Maybe you get discouraged on your way towards achieving the goals, and that's why you probably drop all of the goals that you have set for yourself. A popular term in self-improvement, and I think you know this, is do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. But is that really the answer? Is discipline really the answer to why we cannot stick to our habits? Spoiler alert, it's not the answer. The answer is something else, and that's what we're going to discuss in this video. I'm going to give you 3 essential steps that you can follow to actually get over this hindrance and to actually stick to your habits for once and for all. Chapter 1. Lack of clarity. In the first part of this video, I want to actually explain to you how you can actually overcome this lack of clarity. And there are 3 essential steps that you can apply to actually get over this hindrance. First step is define your purpose and your vision. By clarifying our vision and our goals, we can start to understand why we started in the first place. We can ask ourselves the question why to every habit that we inhabit, and from there build on to the bigger picture, which is ultimately the reward that we want to get from this habit itself. So by defining your why, you can start to integrate a better way of thinking about your habits, because the stronger your why is, the more likely you will stick to that habit that you've set for yourself. The second step is differentiate your habit into tiny mini steps. I actually feel like a lot of weight that we put on ourselves comes to the basic fact of doing too many things at once. We built a habit for ourselves and we're going to say, I'm going to stick to this habit no matter what. But a week later or something, we fall back into old patterns of behavior. Why is that actually? It's because of the goal that we have set for ourselves is too much to comprehend. For example, if your goal is to hit 70 kg on your squats, and you're currently squatting around 50 kg, it's very easy to get discouraged because the end destination is too far away. But if you differentiate this goal into smaller steps, like today I'm going to do 1 set of 55 kg for just 1 rep to see if I can make it or not. This will make the journey more fun and will actually motivate you to actually do those steps that you have set out for yourself. This means that you check on your goals from time to time to see where you are going and to also see if it is working for you or not, and you adjust accordingly. So this means that if something is not working for you, throw it out of the window, implement another strategy towards looking at this specific challenge in your life. This will make the journey more fun and it will become more energizing whilst you are on your way towards achieving the goals, whilst also sticking to a habit that you have set that you're going to stick to. Chapter 2. Unrealistic expectations. Nowadays, it's like who can flex the most on social media. We have the watches, the lifestyles, the cars, the new gadgets that only a small minority of the population has. It's like this constant comparison to other people's lives. No wonder why you cannot stick to your habits, because this in itself is a habit killer. Because you keep comparing yourself to other people on social media and you think that their lives is better than yours. In this way, you're kind of like discouraging yourself more. And this is one of the reasons why you cannot really stick to your habits, because of this constant comparison. Through this lens of social media, you have created unrealistic expectations of yourself. It's actually good to actually push yourself beyond your limits, and I'm always for that. But most of the time, you're just driving yourself crazy. Understand that setting too much of ambitious goals when you're not at that level yet can overwhelm you and actually cause you a burnout. So it's important to actually dig deep in reality self and thus set realistic, manageable tasks and connect them to the habits that you can do on a daily basis. So you're not worrying about what happens next week, what happens 2 weeks from now, what happens a month from now. You're just focusing on what you can do right now on this day. Chapter 3. External distractions. An average person spends most of his time in his head or in the digital world. Studies have shown that an average person spends around 6 hours and 40 minutes just watching a screen. In the US, it's somewhere around 7 hours and 3 minutes, and nearly half of the teenagers in the US have a screen time above 8 hours. Doesn't this shock you actually? Imagine spending a third of your day just looking at screens from other people that are dancing on a TikTok song. That's actually half of your life if you think about it, because we have all been given this 24 hours and 8 hours we just sleep, let's say on average. Then we are left with 16 hours, and out of those 16 hours, you're just spending 8 8 hours just watching a screen. And of course, if you're using this time for more productive tasks, then of course it's all good. But if you're using the time to kind of like go on the app TikTok and just kind of like watch girls and boys dance, I feel like it's a waste of time. But now comes the question, what is the cure? Simple set, stop spending time on your phone. Go outside, walk in nature, do gratitude journaling, talk to a good family member physically, talk to a good friend physically. There are so many things that you can do without your phone, but in today's society, we're all programmed to think that our phone must be the #1 priority in our life, when in reality, it should be the last priority of our lives. Another thing that you can do to actually cut out all of these external distractions is to actually design a specific workspace that actually works for you. This means that you set up your work zone in a way that you're comfortable with. This is a place where it is dedicated for work and helps your mind to focus better on a task in front of you. This could be in your home, in your library, or wherever you're comfortable in. This is good for mental associations and a reduced temptation. Give it a shot. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next.